What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Lazarus Planet, Revenge of the Gods, issue number 2. And there is a Wonder Woman tie-in that we have yet to get to, but I promise you in the next week or so, we will cover that issue. It's more of a filler. It does have a little to do with Mary Marvel, but we have seen that the gods have leveled up, with Wonder Woman changing sides to save her Amazon sisters. Billy must use his quickly fading wisdom of Solomon. That way he can formulate a plan to stop the world's destruction. Little does he know secret allies are awaiting him in Olympus. But to get to Olympus, he is going to need the help of Yara Flor. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we pick up with this issue, we are picking up in Philadelphia, and we are picking up with Billy, not believing that he was zapped by Apollo and didn't even get one of those lousy prophecies. But as he walks around, he is looking around. This is when he runs into giants, literal giants. Knowing what he has to do, he says those words. He yells Shazam, and Captain Marvel is here. As he goes up to the sky, he starts laying down the hate on these giants. But with punching them in the face, he finds that this does hurt a little bit. This doesn't stop him from fighting. It doesn't stop him from pressing the attack. As he sits here and fights, that is where we have Mary Marvel coming into the fold, asking how he's been and saying that she has been looking for him everywhere. The two of them together, they lay these giants down. Now, Mary Marvel, she was just recently at Themyscira. That is the Wonder Woman tie-in issue number 797, the issue that I referenced in the beginning that we will be covering later on. But we see that Captain Marvel just flies off, transforming back into Billy, letting Mary Marvel take care of the giants. Billy knows that this stuff didn't just appear out of nowhere. Something sent these creatures. Somebody planned for all of this. That means somebody knows how to stop it, thinking that if he calls on the wisdom of Solomon, he may be able to figure out what is going on. This is when somebody golden appears to him, telling him that he must be on guard, that peril lies behind him, and it also lies ahead of him. The answers he seeks, they lie with the gods, telling him to find them on Mount Olympus, that he will need a guide between the worlds. The guide is waiting for him in Washington, D.C., and though she does not know her role that she will play yet, she is about to learn. That's what takes us to the next morning at Washington, D.C. We have Yara Flor that is cutting down a Hydra. As it stands, they have yet to get word back from Diana. If they haven't heard from her by now, they must assume that she has failed in Mount Olympus. And so if Diana has died, they are going to need a plan. But if Diana of Themyscira has died, the war on Earth is about to get so much worse than it ever was before. That's where we pick up elsewhere in DC. The hooded man who had grabbed that golden hand out of the water. He sits here on the bus. He sits here waiting for somebody. That somebody is Billy. When Billy gets on the bus, he sits right down next to this cloaked individual. While the two have conversation and this hooded individual is being very cloak and dagger about what he is discussing, we see that the bus, it starts going all over the road. Seeing just a glimpse of that golden hand in the bag, Billy asks what that is, and he says that it is a personal item. As everybody runs off the bus, we see that Orthros is here, and our hooded individual, he jumps out, recognizing that mortals are always panicking a little early. He draws out a sword and he fights against this two-headed dog. Not too far off in the distance, we hear the word Shazam. And we have Captain Marvel that is here battling with him. Our mysterious hooded individual has already cut off one of the heads, and now we have Billy facing against the other head. But it doesn't take long for Yara Flor to show up, and she puts this beast down. With our hooded guy now gone and disappeared, Captain Marvel says that he was right, that Yara Flor would find him. Now, they have never met, they don't really know each other, But Billy, Captain Marvel, is letting her know that they need to go to Mount Olympus and that she is to be the guide. Now at first, Yara Flor is a little bit hesitant to be working with him, not even knowing his real name, just seeing a guy in a suit that looks more like he's playing a hero than actually being one. That's really just her taking a jab at how young he looks, but also saying that they have already sent an emissary to Olympus, one that hasn't returned, that if she has failed, there is no way that Captain Marvel could succeed. But he says that he can fight, that if he can't persuade them to stop, then he is going to make them listen. This piques her interest, almost in disbelief, but asking if you really want to fight your way into the Hall of the Gods, believing that he must be out of his mind. But he has good timing. She could use some brainless muscle to help her find out what happened to Wonder Woman. This is when he finally clicks it in his head that this must be Wonder Girl. Not really a name that she likes to use too much, but it is her official title. She tells everybody to just call her Yara, and so they take off to Mount Olympus. Not long afterwards, we have two individuals that are holding guard outside the doorways. They are supposed to be here to stop any intruder that might try to come in, with Captain Marvel and Yara Flor coming in, dispatching all of the guards. They stand before Queen Hera, and Queen Hera, she just laughs, talking to Billy, saying that you are a foolish boy, because of course she really did see this coming, that they may think highly of their own power, but they fail to consider the gods have powers that they can't even see. This is when she calls out the wizard coming out saying that he is impressed that Captain Marvel has made it much further than he ever thought he would. This is when Billy knows that there is definitely some trouble up ahead, telling Billy, do you really understand what is happening here? Are you certain that you are fighting on the right side? The wizard says that he was right to doubt him, that his sister is clearly the superior intellect. The wizard says he wished that it had not come to this, but here we are, telling him that if he is going to meddle, then he has no choice but to take back the power that he had once granted him. This is where we see the wizard taking the power from Captain Marvel. The wizard Shazam now has his powers back. Billy left powerless, helpless, and Yara Flor left all by herself. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. A very interesting issue. We have seen that Wonder Woman has already decided that she is siding with the gods, having no other option because she needs to protect her Amazon sisters. And now Billy going to face the gods of Mount Olympus, only to have the wizard there taking his power. Now the wizard, he had the Lazarus rain fall on him. This means he has more than likely been corrupted. It seems that he has turned evil in some way, shape, or form. With Zeus being dispatched and Queen Hera now taking over, the gods are on a warpath. First taking out anybody that may be able to stop them, and now they are about to make humanity fear. That way they can be worshipped. That way they can stay in existence. Without the worship, the gods die. Having no other option, they are making sure that they are feared and remembered. And with Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel being taken out of the fight, some of the heaviest hitters that could have stopped this, they are essentially powerless to do anything. So it is going to be the likes of Yara Flor and others that are destined to stop this if they can. Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with this event, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with this story. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to getting comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you are unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, Until the next breakdown.